Welcome to Bishop Academy online classes. Today we get discussed over the topic of league fixture for class 12th physical education. Dear students, as per the new changes in your syllabus, you have to study only two methods of league fixture. First, that is cyclic method. We have to get discussed over it. For cyclic method, first of all we have to fix the first team at the left hand side of the fixture and then arrange the teams in decreasing order anti-clockwise way. Okay? After that, if the number of teams are in odd, then we use a by. This by to maintain the complete cycle. After that, we have to move the teams every time, but we have to remember that the team that we use at the first place, we should not change the place of first team. And here you find that number of matches should be n into n minus 1 upon 2. That is very common in league fixture. Today we have to draw a league fixture of 5 teams. Okay? Just after some time I will just draw it in on green board, and here you find that number of team are 5. That's why we have to use a by. How this fixture works, we have to get discussed over it. Now see on the green board. A, B, C, D and E. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here you find that number of team is 5, which is a odd number. That's why at the very first place of the cyclic method fixture we use by. And after that, as I told you before, we have to arrange the team downward it in anti-clockwise manner. Means team A, after that team B, after that team C, and then team D, and then team E. It is the first round in which A play match with D and B play match with C. 2 matches occurred in first round. After that, as the name declared it as cyclic, then we have to just move it. We have not to displace this particular team. Whatever team placed here, we have to not touch it. This team remain fixed. Okay? So once again, in second round, by should be placed at its place, and now E get the place of A. So here it become E and A get place of B. B shifted to the place of C, and C shifted to the place of D, and D shifted to the place of E. So in second round, E play match with C and A play match with B. Okay, once again we shift it. As I already told you that we could even use clockwise system of cycling. Okay, but here we use anti-clockwise cycling. Okay. So now third round begin. In third round, by should be placed at its place, and now here is a mistake that after C it comes team D. Once again team D get the place of team E. it shifted towards here, and E shifted towards the place of A, and A shifted towards the place of B, and B shifted towards the place of C, and C shifted towards the place of D. Now B have to play with D and E have to play in third round with team A. Okay. Now next round begin, that is fourth round. In fourth round, Y should be placed at its place, and now team C change its position with D. What it become? C, and then D, and then E, and then A, and then B. Means in this round C have to play with A and D have to play with E. Okay. So number of teams are 5, that's why round should be 4. If we adopt next round, that is which fifth round, it would be resulted into what? Y should not be replaced, and then B get the position of C. So here we get B and C shifted towards here, D, E and A. Means B have to play with E, C have to play with D. Is that clear to you? As the number of teams are 5, but we use a by here, that's why the number become 6, and that's why we have to go on 5 rounds. Suppose if we use 6th round, so in 6th round what you find? That A shifted its position with B. What it become? By A, B, C, D and E, which is the same position from where this cyclic method begin. That's why we have not to use it. So always remember, the round should be 1 less than what? The total number of teams. Here the number of team 5, but due to by the number of team become 6, and that's why 5 round must be played here. Next, now dear students, we have to get discussed over staircase method. This is in the form of stair. Here we have to place the first team on the first place, and in every place we have to place the team first up to n minus 1 times in the left hand side, and then rest of the teams are arranged beside it, means in the right hand side of the team in increasing order downward. Means at the very first place team 1, beside it there is team 2, once again team 1, beside it team 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. In such sequence we arrange the team. If the number of team is odd, then here it is not required to provide by, as you see in cyclic method. Okay? And same type of process could be repeat again and again to frame the fixture through staircase method for 5 teams. We once again draw the league fixture for 5 teams. Here you find that though the number of teams is 5, still we have not to provide by in this staircase methods, and that's why this method should be considered as the easiest method of making fixture for league tournament. So now we have to go on with staircase method. In this method we have to write the team number 1, that is A. How many times? N minus 1 time. Number of teams is equal 5. So we have to write A 4 times. After that the second team, that is B, then C, then D and then E. In first round you find that 4 matches are there. 1, A have to play with B, second A have to play with C, third A had to play with D and fourth A had to play with E. In second round all the matches of A depleted, that's why we have to go on with B. In the same procedure, at every place we should arrange team B and then we have to play with C, with D and with E. I think now you can guess what should be our next action for third round. Definitely we reduce this team B and its place taken by team C. So here team C should be written for 2 times and C have to play with D and E. Next round, that is fourth round. What do you get here? C depleted, what remain? D, and D have to play with E. So in fourth round 1 match, third round 2 match, second round 3 match and first round 4 matches are there. Total number of matches should be n into n minus 1 upon 2, means 5 multiplied by 4 upon 2. What it means? Count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. That's why your fixture is correct. So, dear students, as you know 2 methods for making league fixture of teams. These methods are cyclic method and staircase method. You have to draw the fixture for 7 teams in what you call through both these methods, both the cyclic method and staircase method, and you have to send it in Google Classroom so that I could see whether you understand the making of fixture through what you called staircase method and cyclic method or not. Thank you.